15 things that ruin your workout. Mistake number 10 is the worst of them all, and you might be making this mistake right now. So watch the video until the end to avoid this mistake that can destroy your muscles after age 40. Mistake 1. Skipping the warm-up. It's very common to see people skip the warm-up phase before starting their workout, either because they're short on time, believe the workout itself is what really matters, or think warming up is unnecessary. This is a mistake that can compromise your performance and significantly increase your risk of injury. The purpose of warming up goes far beyond simply preparing the body for exercise. It's one of the most important phases of training because it prepares both the body and mind for the physical effort to come. When you skip the warm-up, your body doesn't get a chance to gradually raise your muscle temperature, which is essential for improving flexibility and blood circulation. This means your muscles will be stiffer and less prepared for intense physical exertion. As a result, the risk of injury increases dramatically, including muscle strains, joint injuries, and tendon damage. Additionally, warming up helps boost your performance. Without it, your muscles may take longer to respond to exercise stimulus and may not generate the expected strength or power. This means that even if you're training with good intensity, you might not achieve the best possible results. Warming up properly increases the effectiveness of your workout and ensures you can perform exercises at maximum intensity. To avoid this mistake, always do a 5 to 10 minute warm-up with dynamic low-intensity movements focusing on the joints and muscles you'll be using. Examples include brisk walking, light jogging, circular arm and leg movements, or even mobility drills specific to the areas you plan to train. Mistake 2. Working out on an empty stomach. Although training on an empty stomach is a popular practice among people trying to lose fat, it can be extremely harmful, especially for those trying to gain muscle mass or improve workout performance. Fasted training can cause you to perform below your potential and hinder your body's recovery, especially during high-intensity activities. When you train without eating, your body doesn't have the necessary amount of glucose or other nutrients to sustain workout intensity. Glucose is the primary energy source for muscles, and when there isn't enough available, your body may break down muscle tissue to get energy. This can lead to muscle loss, which is counterproductive for anyone trying to increase lean mass. Additionally, with low energy levels, your motivation and focus may also suffer, which can compromise your concentration and performance during the workout. Another key point is that by not eating before a workout, you're also limiting your recovery capacity. After exercise, your body needs nutrients to recover properly, and training in a fasted state can delay this process. This can result in more fatigue, prolonged muscle soreness, and over time, poor recovery. To avoid this mistake, always have a light meal with carbs and protein about 30 to 60 minutes before working out. Foods like a banana with some peanut butter or a protein shake are excellent options to provide quick and sustained energy. If you prefer training fasted due to personal or health reasons, monitor how your body responds and make sure your post-workout nutrition is on point to support muscle recovery properly. Mistake 3. Sitting for long periods of time. In our daily routine, we spend a lot of time sitting, whether at work, watching TV, or browsing on our phones. However, this seemingly harmless habit can have a big impact on your health and workout results. Sitting for long periods reduces blood circulation throughout the body, especially in the legs and lower back, which directly affects mobility and flexibility. The longer you sit, the harder it becomes for your muscles to properly prepare for physical effort. Additionally, prolonged inactivity can lead to muscle stiffness, which prevents optimal performance during workouts. Muscles that remain inactive for extended periods become less flexible and more prone to injury when pushed during intense exercises. This increases the risk of muscle strains and joint or tendon injuries. Worst of all, research shows that sitting for more than 8 hours a day can reduce muscle mass and strength even if you work out regularly. A study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that individuals who sit for long periods have a 50% higher chance of losing muscle mass than those who move more throughout the day. This shows how inactivity can harm your progress at the gym. A sedentary lifestyle also reduces blood flow, especially in the legs and lower back, which limits the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the muscles. This affects your ability to recover and reduces strength and muscle mass gains. Even if you work out regularly, if the rest of your day is sedentary, the benefits of your workout are drastically reduced. To fix this mistake, it's essential to adopt a more active approach throughout your day. Stand up every 30 minutes to walk, stretch, or just take a quick break. This helps stimulate blood circulation and keeps your muscles better prepared for training. Also, consider using an ergonomic chair or a standing desk to avoid long periods of sitting and to improve your posture, which can also prevent injuries. Mistake 4. overdoing cardio. Although cardio is an important part of a balanced training program, many people make the mistake of overdoing this type of exercise. Spending hours on the treadmill or other cardio machines might seem like an effective way to lose fat, but in excess, it can actually hurt your goals, especially if you're trying to gain muscle mass or improve muscle definition. The main problem with too much cardio is that it can put your body in a catabolic state, meaning the body starts to burn muscle for energy instead of fat. This process works against your goal of building muscle and can even lead to muscle loss over time, which is highly counterproductive for those aiming for a strong, well-defined body. Additionally, doing too much cardio can drain your energy, leaving you too exhausted to focus on strength training, which is crucial for muscle growth. If you use up all your energy on cardio, you won't have enough left to lift heavy weights or perform strength exercises with the intensity needed to stimulate muscle growth. Too much cardio can also negatively affect your hormonal system. Studies show that excessive aerobic endurance training can raise cortisol levels, a stress hormone that, when elevated, can impair muscle recovery, reduce testosterone production, and even contribute to increased belly fat. The key to a balanced workout routine is finding the right balance between cardio and strength training. Cardio is essential for cardiovascular health and fat burning, but when done in excess, it can be harmful. For most people, 2 to 3 moderate intensity cardio sessions per week are enough to improve heart health without interfering with muscle gain. Try combining strength training with shorter, high-intensity cardio sessions that help burn fat without compromising muscle. Mistake 5. Skipping the exercises you don't like. It's very common for people to skip exercises they don't enjoy, like the famous leg day, simply because they're challenging or uncomfortable. This often happens due to a natural preference for exercises that target more visible muscles or deliver faster, more noticeable results, such as chest, biceps, or triceps workouts. However, ignoring certain areas of the body, like the legs, not only prevents balanced muscle development, but can also lead to long-term health issues. The main reason why it's essential to include the exercises you dislike in your routine is because they lay the foundation for your overall muscular development. Leg muscles, for example, are the largest and strongest muscles in the body. Skipping leg training can create significant muscle imbalances, which puts your posture and balance at risk. When your leg muscles aren't properly trained, your upper body tends to get overloaded, which can result in injuries. Additionally, training legs is one of the most effective ways to stimulate the production of anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. Exercises such as squats and deadlifts activate large muscle groups and therefore trigger a stronger hormonal response, which benefits not only your legs but your entire body. By skipping these exercises, you're missing out on one of the greatest boosts for overall muscle growth. To avoid this mistake, make a commitment to yourself not to skip leg workouts or any other muscle group you tend to avoid. Create a balanced training plan that includes all major muscle groups. For example, if you really dislike leg day, try switching up the exercises to keep them interesting, such as replacing squats with leg press or trying kettlebell movements. Remember, strengthening your legs not only improves your physique, but also contributes to your overall health and balance. Mistake 6. Not resting enough between sets. Many people believe that the secret to achieving faster and more visible results at the gym is reducing the rest time between sets. This idea comes from the belief that training faster and with fewer breaks between exercises speeds up progress. However, this is a mistake that can actually harm your results and even lead to injuries. When you don't give your muscles enough time to recover between sets, you're compromising the effectiveness of your workout. During rest, your muscles have the opportunity to replenish their energy stores, which is essential to perform the next set with the same intensity and strength. If you skip this recovery phase, your muscles don't have time to restore glycogen stores, leading to lower performance in the next set. Furthermore, proper rest between sets is crucial for muscle recovery and growth. The muscle hypertrophy process occurs when the muscle fibers are stressed and then recover and rebuild during rest. If you don't allow enough recovery time, you won't optimize this muscle growth process. Without proper rest, the risk of overtraining increases, resulting in performance decline, greater fatigue, and even injury. The amount of rest needed between sets depends on your goals. For those aiming for muscle hypertrophy, the ideal rest period is 1 to 2 minutes between sets. For strength training, it's recommended to rest 3 to 4 minutes to ensure your muscles are fully recovered and ready to lift heavier loads. To fix this mistake, be disciplined with your rest intervals. Set your rest time before starting the workout and avoid interrupting it, even if it it feels like you're wasting time. If your goal is muscle gain, aim for 1 to 2 minutes of rest between sets. This will help maintain workout intensity without compromising muscle recovery. For strength-focused training, don't rush. Longer rest between sets is essential to maximize load and results. Mistake 7. Lifting more weight than you can control. This mistake is very common, especially among those trying to impress others at the gym, or who believe that lifting heavier always means better results. Lifting more weight than your body can control might be tempting, but it's a dangerous practice that can harm your muscles, joints, and even your motivation. When you try to lift weights beyond your control, your form usually suffers. This significantly increases the risk of injuries, especially in the back, shoulders, and knees, where the risk is highest. With poor form, the impact of the exercise is unevenly distributed, which can overload your joints and tendons, leading to serious short and long-term injuries. In addition, lifting more weight than you can handle can overload your central nervous system. The CNS needs time to adapt to resistance training, and when you try to lift more than your body can manage, the CNS can become overwhelmed, resulting in excessive fatigue and even workout failure. This not only prevents progress, but can also lead to unwanted injuries. Another issue that comes with lifting too heavy is reduced confidence and motivation. If you can't lift the weight you loaded on the bar, it can affect your self-confidence and make you feel discouraged. Also, when the focus shifts to lifting more at all costs, you may end up neglecting proper technique, which is essential for muscle development. To avoid this mistake, always prioritize good form over the amount of weight. Instead of trying to lift more than you can manage, start with a weight you can control comfortably, focusing on perfect execution. Gradually increase the weight as you gain strength and confidence. Remember, progress is better than rushing. Lifting heavier safely and with proper technique is the key to sustainable and long-lasting muscle gains. Mistake 8. Not tracking your macronutrients. Nutrition is an essential part of the training process, and often gym results aren't maximized due to lack of attention to macronutrients. Macronutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, which provide the body with energy and the necessary building blocks for muscle growth, recovery, and overall health maintenance. Not tracking and managing these nutrients can be a major mistake for those seeking results in their training. The most common mistake here is simply not calculating your macronutrient intake and believing that eating well is enough to reach your goals. The problem is that your body has specific needs, and without precise control over what you're consuming, you may be eating more or less than your body requires to achieve your goals, whether that's fat loss, muscle gain, or improved performance. For example, if you're trying to gain muscle mass, protein is crucial since it helps with the recovery and growth of muscle fibers. If you don't consume enough protein, your body won't have the building blocks it needs to repair muscles after training, which will compromise your gains. Likewise, carbohydrates are necessary to provide energy during workouts. Without enough carbs, you may start your workout with low energy levels, which affects your performance and ultimately your results. Additionally, fats are essential for hormone production, including testosterone, which is vital for muscle development, especially for men over 40. A lack of healthy fats can negatively affect your hormone levels, which in turn can impair recovery and muscle growth. The first step to fix this mistake is to start tracking your macronutrients. You can do this by using nutrition apps or consulting a nutritionist to calculate the ideal amount of carbs, proteins, and fats for your goals. For muscle gain, a good rule of thumb is to consume 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, while carbohydrates should be consumed in sufficient amounts to fuel your training. Healthy fats, such as those from avocados, nuts, and olive oil, should make up about 20 to 30% of your daily caloric intake. By ensuring you're consuming your macronutrients properly, you're creating the ideal conditions for your body to grow, recover, and achieve the results you want. Don't underestimate the power of nutrition. It's just as important as the workout itself. Mistake 9. Ignoring your training environment. The environment where you train has a significant impact on the quality of your workout and your overall performance. Many people overlook this aspect and end up training in places that don't support productivity, such as disorganized, poorly lit, or overcrowded gyms. An inadequate training environment can not only reduce your motivation, but also affect your concentration and focus during exercises, which can lead to underperformance. When you train in a disorganized or distracting environment like a crowded gym or one with broken equipment, you may feel frustrated or waste time waiting for machines, which reduces the efficiency of your workout. The lack of organization and maintenance in a training space also increases the risk of injury, since poorly calibrated or damaged equipment can be dangerous. Furthermore, the atmosphere of your training environment plays a key role in your motivation. If you're in an uninspiring place or one with negative energy, it can affect your enthusiasm and willingness to train. On the other hand, a clean, well-lit, and organized space can boost your motivation, create a focused mindset, and make training more enjoyable. A good training environment not only improves physical performance, but is also crucial for maintaining a positive, progress-oriented mindset. To fix this mistake, look for a gym or workout space that's well organized and motivating. If possible, choose a place where you can focus without distractions. Make sure the equipment is in good working condition and that the space is clean and well lit. If you work out at home, set up your area so that it's functional, free from distractions, and comfortable. Creating a pleasant and motivating space can significantly impact the quality of your workout and the results you achieve. Mistake 10. Overtraining without enough recovery time. This is a common mistake, especially among those aiming for fast and intense results. The idea that more is better often leads people to overtrain, not giving their bodies enough time to recover between sessions. The problem with this behavior is that your body doesn't get the proper time to repair muscles and replenish energy, which can lead to overtraining and even exhaustion. When you train intensely without sufficient breaks, your muscles don't have time to regenerate and grow. Muscle gain happens during rest, not during the workout itself. When you overdo your training and don't provide proper recovery, you're essentially disrupting this critical recovery process. This can result in muscles that don't fully recover, leading to poor performance in future sessions and even increasing the risk of injury. Additionally, overtraining can negatively affect your immune system and increase stress levels in the body. Over time, this can lead to symptoms such as chronic fatigue, lack of motivation, mood swings, and in more serious cases, recurring injuries. These signs of overtraining are a clear indication that your body isn't getting the recovery time it needs. To avoid this mistake, build rest days into your workout routine. This means taking at least 1 to 2 days per week to fully rest or focus on recovery activities like stretching or yoga. Also, vary the intensity and type of workouts throughout the week to give different muscle groups a chance to recover. Rest is not only essential for muscle growth, but also for maintaining hormonal balance, mental health, and overall well-being. If you feel you're approaching the limit of overtraining, consider reducing your workout intensity or increasing your rest days. Sustainable progress comes with patience and consistency, and proper rest is a crucial part of that journey. Mistake 11. Not drinking enough water during workouts. Hydration is one of the most overlooked aspects of a workout routine, but it is absolutely essential to ensure optimal performance and recovery. Many people simply forget to drink water or underestimate the importance of staying hydrated during exercise. The truth is that dehydration can significantly affect your performance, increasing the risk of cramps, early fatigue, lack of focus, and even injury. When you work out, your body loses water through sweat, and if that water isn't replaced, performance can drop drastically. Dehydration affects blood circulation, making it harder for your muscles to receive oxygen and essential nutrients, which reduces your ability to generate strength and endurance. Additionally, dehydration can impair your body's ability to regulate temperature, increasing the risk of heat exhaustion or even fainting. Studies have shown that losing just 2% of your body weight in water can result in up to a 19% decrease in endurance performance. This means that if you're not properly hydrated, your muscles won't have the fuel they need to operate at full capacity. Dehydration can also cause muscle cramps, which can interrupt your workout and even lead to injuries. To avoid this mistake, make sure you drink water before, during, and after your workout. A good rule of thumb is to start your workout already hydrated, and during physical activity, drink between 500 milliliters and 1 liter of water per hour of training, depending on the intensity. If you're doing high intensity workouts or training in hot weather, your water intake should be even higher. Don't wait until you feel thirsty to drink water. Thirst is already a sign that your body is starting to dehydrate. Also, hydration isn't limited to water. You can add electrolyte drinks, especially if your workout is long or very intense, to replace the minerals lost through sweat. Mistake 12. Not adjusting your exercises to fit your needs and goals. Many people make the mistake of following generic workout routines or popular training programs without considering their specific needs, limitations, or personal goals. This can be a major obstacle to achieving sustainable results. What works well for one person may not be suitable for another, especially when it comes to strength training, muscle hypertrophy, or injury rehabilitation. Every body is different, and factors like age, body type, injury history, injury, experience level, and even specific goals should be considered when creating a workout plan. For example, if your goal is to build muscle, you'll need a plan focused on progressive weightlifting and hypertrophy training with adequate rest between sets. On the other hand, if your goal is to improve conditioning or lose fat, your focus should be on high-intensity workouts with more cardio volume. Another common mistake is not adjusting your exercises according to your body's signals. If you have a back injury, for instance, training intensely with heavy weights without modifications can worsen the issue and prolong recovery. Instead, you'll need modified exercises and specific strengthening for that area, in addition to paying attention to proper technique to avoid overload. To fix this mistake, start by assessing your goals and adjusting your training routine based on your personal needs. If you're just starting out or want a more personalized approach, it may be helpful to work with a personal trainer who can guide you in choosing exercises that suit your goals and adjust them to your fitness level. Also, listen to your body. If you feel pain or discomfort, adjust your routine to prevent injuries. Customizing your workout to fit your goals, physical condition, and long-term health is essential for consistent and sustainable progress. Mistake 13, not prioritizing technique first. Many men, especially those starting out with big strength or hypertrophy goals, make the mistake of prioritizing how much weight they lift over proper exercise technique. This is especially common in compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and bench press. The lift heavier at all costs mindset can be dangerous and lead to serious long-term problems, including joint and muscle injuries, while also limiting real strength and size gains. When you try to lift more weight than you can control, your form and technique usually suffer. This means you're not activating your muscles efficiently, which hinders muscle growth. Instead of targeting major muscle groups, you may be placing excess stress on your joints and ligaments, increasing the risk of injuries like sprains, strains, or even more serious issues like ruptures. Another important point is that poor form reduces the effectiveness of the exercise. Even if you're lifting more weight, if your form isn't right, you're not engaging the muscles properly. As a result, you may end up with more soreness and less progress. The first thing you should do is focus on correct technique before increasing weight. Start with light weights to master your form and ensure you're performing the movements correctly. Mistake 14, not including mobility and stretching exercises in your routine. It's easy to focus solely on lifting weights and improving strength performance, but a common mistake, especially among men over 40, is neglecting mobility and stretching exercises. As the years go by, joint flexibility and mobility tend to decrease, which can affect exercise execution and overall body posture. Muscle and joint stiffness also increases the risk of injury. Mistake 15, ignoring the importance of sleep for recovery. Sleep is often underestimated when it comes to training and performance. Many people believe that focus should be solely on workouts and nutrition, but recovery during sleep is essential for the body to heal and grow properly. During sleep, the body enters a deep recovery phase where muscles regenerate, damaged muscle fibers are repaired, and growth hormone is released. Sleep deprivation also affects your ability to train effectively. When you don't get enough rest, your energy levels and focus drop, reducing your motivation to work out and the intensity of your sessions. In addition, insufficient sleep affects post-workout recovery, increasing the risk of prolonged muscle soreness and impairing muscle regeneration. This can result in decreased performance and the risk of overtraining when the body doesn't get enough time to recover, leading to a plateau in results. To fix this mistake, it's essential to make sure you're getting enough sleep to promote muscle recovery and full body regeneration. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night to optimize the recovery and muscle growth process. Also, try to establish a regular sleep routine by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, and create a sleep-friendly environment with low lighting and no distractions. To improve sleep quality, avoid using electronic devices like phones and computers before bed, as blue light can interfere with your sleep cycle.